Good morning. It's Daybreak with Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes. Our guest right now is Jennifer Hadac, RecruitMilitary's Director of Military and Spouse Career Resources, a U.S. Navy veteran, and a military spouse. Jennifer, a pleasure to have you, so thanks a lot for making some time for us.
No, absolutely, Spencer. It's my pleasure.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing. Thanks for your service, by the way. Thanks to your spouse for their service. And
Thank you.
RecruitMilitary last year hosted 15 virtual events with over 6,000 attendees and over 381 employers. So you're used to doing these virtual ones too, right, and promoting these. It's not just because of the pandemic.
Absolutely. So we have been hosting virtual career fairs for quite a long time. So when everything started happening with the pandemic, it was a pretty seamless pivot to our virtual platform. Obviously, you kind of already touched on it. We did not do the volume that we are doing now, but the technology already existed. We were already prepared.
That's fantastic. Now, I may be stereotyping here, but I'm doing it in favor of the military, so it's okay, I think. Here's my thing. I'm not an employer, but if I were an employer, and I'm looking at resumes and I'm looking at people's experience and I see that they're military, former military, current military, that resonates with me personally. I would see that in they would go a notch up at least in my book, okay? And as I'm looking, all things being considered in the same, if I see someone has done military service, that tells me dedication, resolve, responsibility, respect, discipline. Is that pretty accurate? I mean, and then my next question would be, why is there such a high unemployment rate when there's all these great people out there who are looking for work? It pains me that the unemployment rate is so high for veterans and their spouses.
You hit all the major highlights that a veteran job seeker possesses. And really, in our current environment, you'd be hard-pressed to find a collective group that is more able to respond and adapt to adverse conditions. This is a perfect example, with the ability for individuals to quickly make decisions and understand what is going on and what they need to adapt in order to press forward with the mission. So, yes, all of those attributes come into play. As far as the unemployment rate, prior to the pandemic, you saw a historic low of veteran unemployment. You've really seen employers embrace the idea and really kind of take what you're thinking to heart in hiring that group. Unfortunately, with everything that's happening, we have seen the unemployment rate jump by about 8% to about 11.8% in April was the last number that we tracked. And I think that obviously is a result of what's going on. However, with our virtual events, you can see that employers are still looking to engage with veterans, with transitioning service members, with military spouses. It's almost like they're pivoting to that demographic because they understand how valuable they will be moving forward, especially in situations like these. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have our military spouses. The military spouse unemployment rate is astronomical. It's nearly 25%,
wow.
Which, and it's not because the spouses lack the skills. It's really because they face challenges that are kind of unique to them. The reality is many of them have to relocate multiple times. So just when they're getting prepared, really kind of growing their professional career, they have to up and move again. So you see spouses that have what others would consider a choppy work history. Looks like they're bouncing from position to position, or they have gaps of employment. And it's not because of their own, really any fault of their own.
Right.
They are really just supporting their service member as they support our nation. So it's great that we can kind of provide this outlet and allow employers to recognize, okay, these spouses do really bring a really valuable skill set. They're resilient, they're adaptable. So it's great that we're able to bring this to them as well.
Absolutely. So DAV and RecruitMilitary hosting the National Virtual Career Fair for Veterans this week. It's Tuesday, May 19th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. here in Washington State, Pacific time, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's a free virtual event for transitioning military, veterans, National Guard, and Reserve members as well, and military spouses, of course. And more than 80 exhibitors will attend to hire for job openings. This is very exciting news. Tell us a little bit more about it and what people can expect from the virtual job fair as opposed to, I would assume it takes a little bit of the stress off, right? When you go to an in-person job fair, you ask yourself, how should I dress? Should I dress in my uniform? Should I dress business casual? How casual should I get? Tell us a little bit about how the virtual fair will work for veterans and what can they expect.
Sure. So just like a live event, we're going to have company representatives looking to fill positions across the country. We have healthcare, government contractors, financial services, manufacturing, consulting, law enforcement. There really is something for everyone. So whether you're looking for an HR position, an IT position, sales, there's companies that are going to be represented looking for those types of backgrounds. Now, job seekers can ask questions. It's real-time engagement with company representatives, so they can ask about the current openings they have available, the requirements. The company representatives will answer questions about the culture, what they're looking for in the ideal candidate. Really, the goal for attendees is to go in, ask questions, and really allow them to assess whether or not an employer or an opportunity is going to be a good fit for them. Now, the best way to prepare for the event, first off, is register early and start reviewing the companies that are going to be in attendance. And they'll want to make sure that their profile is complete and that their resume is uploaded. Many employers will review documents, review resumes, profiles in advance of the event. So it's a great way for candidates to get some early traction. As you mentioned, the event runs from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and we've got a lot of exhibitors that are going to be participating. So job seekers should really start developing a strategy, kind of an action plan on how they're going to be navigating through the event, how they want to deploy their elevator pitch for each individual employer. And the great thing about this, right, is somebody's sitting at their computer so that they can quickly have that elevator pitch already typed up, and they can launch it into a chat room or into a company representative at the click of a button. It's an opportunity for them to be sitting at their computer, engaging, looking up companies. A lot of job seekers in the past may not have been able to participate in the live events because of work or life or whatever it may be. But now with the virtual setting, they can log in any time between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern to engage. We encourage folks to be on as long as possible because, as I said, there's a lot of people to talk to.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm so happy that you're doing this. Your enthusiasm and your passion. I don't think you could be successful at this at all without having those things. So thank you very much for doing it. And again, people interested, our veteran friends out there and their spouses, DAV and RecruitMilitary hosting this National Virtual Career Fair for Veterans. It's Tuesday, May 19th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And the free virtual event is for transitioning military, veterans, National Guard, Reserve members, and military spouses. And if you want, all the information would be on the website, I would imagine, recruitmilitary.com.
Yep, just recruitmilitary.com. Go to the events page, and they'll see the complete list of events that we have coming up. They can also see our job board. There's a ton of really great information for job seekers.
Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer Hadac from recruitmilitary.com. I'm Spencer Hughes with Jeff Slakey. This is Daybreak. Good morning.